Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are making fresh peach crumble bars. They sound yum. Not only are we making the fresh peach crumble bars, but I'm going to put a vanilla bean glaze on the top. So stick around for some deliciousness. In a medium bowl, I have 2/3 of a cup of melted butter. And to that, I'm gonna add 2/3 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla bean paste. Vanilla bean paste just makes things taste so yummy. And we're gonna give this a good whisk. I'm gonna set the bowl aside, and in comes the medium bowl. To this bowl, I'm adding 1 2/3 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. We're gonna whisk this together. And now we're gonna take our butter mixture that we whisked, and we're gonna add that to our flour mixture. We're gonna stir this together. So basically what we have here is what I would consider a shortbread crust. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take about 2/3 of a cup of this mixture. I'm gonna add this to a small bowl. And to that, I'm adding 2/3 of a cup of rolled oats, and I'm just gonna kind of mix this together. The recipe calls for almonds, but I'm not a fan of nuts in my baked goods, so I'm just gonna add the oats. That'll be just as good, I think. And set this aside, and in a 8x8 baking pan, and this is my pan with a removable bottom. What I've done is I've sprayed it with nonstick spray, and I've put parchment paper in, and you're wondering, why would you spray it if you're putting in parchment? It's to help, the spray helps the parchment stick down to the bottom, which is what we want. Now I'm gonna take the rest of our mixture, and I'm gonna pour this in the pan, and I'm just gonna spread it out evenly. I think it's spread out pretty well. We're gonna pre-bake our crust for about 8 to 10 minutes at 375. In the meantime, we're gonna get our peach mixture together. Now you might be wondering, why am I pre-baking my crust? And I'm baking it because if I just poured the peaches in here and then put everything in the oven all at once, this would get all soggy, and we don't want that. We don't want a soggy crust. No soggy bottoms here. Now in this medium saucepan, I'm gonna be putting in 1/3 of a cup of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of cardamom, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, about 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 teaspoons of water, 1/4 of a teaspoon of vanilla bean paste again. This is gonna be turning out really good. I'm also adding 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I have 3 cups of chopped peaches here, fresh peaches, and I'm gonna add about 1 cup to this mixture. That's about a cup. I'm gonna turn the heat on to about medium high, and I'm gonna stir everything together until it combines and gets nice and thick. This should probably take, I'd say, about 5 minutes so that the butter melts and everything can blend together. So I'm gonna take the last 2 cups of the fresh peaches, and I'm gonna put them into our pan. A slight mix, just mix it around, get all the peaches incorporated. It's important to remember that this pan is still hot because it just came out of the oven. I'm gonna take our peaches and I'm gonna pour them in and evenly distribute them. I'm kind of pressing down just a little bit. Now, remember this crumble we made. We're gonna take our crumble and we're gonna spread that out over the peaches. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna slightly press the crumble down. This is smelling amazing already. Now we're gonna pop this back into the oven for about 30 to 35 minutes, still at 375. See you in a bit. Our peach crumble bars are out of the oven, they're cooled, and they are looking really lovely. They really came out quite nicely. Now we're going to make a vanilla bean glaze. This is a really upgraded glaze for any dessert. So right now I'm just whisking our ingredients together. This is powdered sugar, melted butter, heavy cream, vanilla bean paste, I'll leave a link, or I'll leave a description of the recipe in the description box below. Full instructions. Now what I have here is a glass, and I'm putting a disposable piping bag inside the glass. This makes it really easy for when you're putting frosting or a glaze like this in. So we're just gonna pour it in like this. And now I'm gonna take some scissors, and I'm just gonna cut a little bit off the end here. And now I'm gonna take this, and I'm just gonna go all over our bars here like this. Now we just have to try. All right, here we go. Look at that. Look at that. Boy, does that look delicious or what? All right, here we go. The peaches really come through, and the crust, like I said, it's like a shortbread crust, almost, not exactly. And then the crumble on top, A1. The only thing missing here is a scoop of vanilla ice cream. Well, thanks for coming along, everyone, as we made our fresh peach crumb bars. Boy, are they good. And we're still in the height of peach season. So really, I encourage you to make this. This reminds me, I made a recipe. It was baked peaches with ice cream. I'll leave a link to that video in the description below too. But it's like that, but better. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing to my channel. So hit the subscribe button, notification bell, and that way you won't miss out on any videos. And I'll see you soon. Have a great day.